steps out to the ledge and looks down at the ants going to the circus. The sweat stings his eyes. The wind almost pulls him into the vast nothingness of death that just waits. He's been on this ledge before. Just like any other fork in the road. Decision must be made. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, better do something soon. Because this ride doesn't ride all night. Anymore.
Just kidding.
Man stands on the edge, looking down as the people crawl like ants, like the circus just let out. Get home safe, little kitties. There's more for you to do. Creep back. The wind hits you hard, sharp, tries to take you out in the yard, if you want to call it that. Just goes down, so far down. Just one step, just one decision to make. one last thought to ponder. Fork in the road like any other. You get to sit and languish in our filth, wondering when the time will come or make it happen. Quick snap. Anyone that's ever contemplated suicide knows when you're done, you're done. There are attention getters. There are seekers of life beyond life. Some people really, really just want to die. But that's not what this is about. This is about transformation, rejuvenation, coming apart to become something else. Like a snake, how it lets loose its dead skin, removes itself from something that it doesn't need anymore, pushes off, or a moth. Or hell, a butterfly. It all comes to be. We are becoming. That's the point, right? To grow and produce more. Shit. Well, what is it? What are we producing? Just ourselves? More us? Or is there something else that we can strive for? That we can create? To begin again. Maybe. Pushing the notion. Striving for the why. Just to settle. Curl up. Cry, baby, cry. I didn't mean to make that. I didn't mean to make that rhyme like that, but that was kind of cool. I know, Daisy. I know. So there's some things that I think need to be addressed before I take off. It's October 19th. Well, no, it's the 20th now. Shit. Whatever. Days bleed. It's hard to believe it's been 13 years now since that fateful night. I'll never forget the look on his face, the feel of his skin, or the terror in my heart and the sorrow in my soul. I'd simply been gone too long. And when I returned, there was nothing left of my good old friend but a blue, a foaming mouth, a vacant stare. Mike and all of his crazy fervor for life was already a memory, and all that remained of him in me was the guilt and shame to mull over for the rest of my time in this hell on earth. I can only take solace in the thought that you found some peace in death that didn't come naturally in life. And that your spirit has been one of many others who have taken the mantle of overseer to watch over us. Watch over us. Left behind. Left to wander. Till we all meet again in fiery fields from which our souls were salvaged. Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. Mike Hunter. Well, people will prioritize as needed when the push to move is there and whenever convenient. We are a lazy lot, after all. However, something can be said for our will to manifest and our drive to succeed, regardless of consequences or fear of guilt or shame. We'll leave that shit to rest. Jump on the next fix before blinking. The problem is that pile starts to rise, and before we even know what the fuck is on us, covered in it, it stinks, and everyone can sense it. It's unavoidable. So, what can we do? Dive head first in the fire and pretend to feel accomplished? Curl up, wither and die, sad and alone, and shame for all the atrocious conclusions that came to be because of our selfishness? Or make that dare to be great decision to put the rest of our lives on a long shot. And I mean a real fucking long shot. Well, when you've got when all you've got is your name and your word, and both of which don't amount to much, what else do you have to lose? Might as well take that last leap at achieving greatness. Even if it means quietly resigning yourself to your music, your single soul that you cherish more than yourself. If it gives you a reason to keep waking up, washing your ugly face, facing the world one last time, then I say invest all you got and become one with it. Sure, the days will bleed together and your bones will give up, but as long as you can move, keep walking into your sunset. Everything you'll ever need is waiting there for you. And bye for now. Bye for now. So, I guess excuse me. I guess I just want to say that it's important to put considerable thought into your diet. Not only for reasons surrounding health and well-being, but in matters of spirit and sense of self. Our relationship with death and dying often denies us the inevitable fact of living things become food. We are pursuant of the ideal that we are no longer constrained by the harsh acceptance of life in the food chain. Our subsistence, this is a hard word. Our subsistence. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, it's cold out here. It's not even that cold yet. My mouth is having a hard time moving. Our subsistence. Jesus. Subsistence. Yeah, before I forget, I should probably mention I've decided to make it 366 days without drinking. My speech problems notwithstanding. I feel like that's pretty cool. So it's now been 366 days. But hey, who's counting? Anyway. Yes, our subsistence relies heavily on the kills of processed food consisting of fruits, grains, livestock, sugars, vegetables, wheat, etc. All of which are cut down short of expiration in order to provide sustenance or fuel for our continued pursuit of denial and misguided reasoning for living. So by narrowing the gap between kill and consumption, we can lessen the anguish of shame, I think, in denying each living thing its dignity in death. However, our purpose for this truly out of respect for the other animal, or is it to provide for the notion that we must be granted some similar fate? You know? Really take the time to consider what must be the final thought of most living things. Oh shit! Is this how I fucking Then left with that forever look of surprise. Seriously, did you think that's what your grandma's aunt's cousin that passed away, quote unquote, on the toilet when she died, was that the look on her face? Definitely not. Although she did look very lovely in that dress. Most likely, the look on her face wasn't how pleased she was not to have been troubled with wiping after that last horrendous shit and its ominously pungent fragrance. In all honesty, her last thought was, oh shit, they're all gonna find me like this. Thud. God, she didn't even flush. Jesus. So like I was saying, by narrowing the gap between death and consumption, we provide dignity to that which has been sacrificed for our continued existence and offered respect for bravery of will to live. However, for this to mean anything, we too must live in accordance with our inevitable death. And after a blessing and even forgiveness for our killer, remembering to be gracious for our sudden relief and move on, knowing the completed circle. And move on knowing we completed the circle rather than die out a closed circuit with nowhere and nothing to carry our energy. Now, when considering the prospect, glad I wasn't over there. The sprinklers just started. So, where was I? Oh yeah. When considering the prospect of moving to Madison, Wisconsin, some things should of course be considered. Cost of living, employment, schools, and murder rate are just some. Now, where you go for guidance on these issues is up to you. But if you're going to come to the hive mind, I'm going to give a response. That's just all there is to it. This is social media after all. So, you take your chances, you get what you get. But, alright. If I'm gonna see shit like that, I'm like, okay, I'll bite. My observation is this. If you're interested in moving to Madison, being the most Madison motherfucker you'll ever meet, I feel it's imperative that I inform you that Madison has murder, just like the rest of the world. But Madison's murder rate is what many seem to be comfortable with. It's what many seem to be pretty, I don't know, I guess they're okay. It's true. It's got just the right amount of murder to go about one's day without always wanting to shit oneself or run inside. It's an acceptable amount of murder, especially in comparison to Milwaukee. Also, regardless of where you are, therapy can be a good thing. Just saying. And it can only be better when your therapist isn't completely drained of their spirit and function. So finding one that isn't overworked is a good idea. Of course, you may be limiting your options by migrating. However, by doing so, you may provide yourself with fewer but better options. Now, I was going to come out here tonight with a joke about 3 drunk drivers crashing a senior party in Mount Pleasant disguised in white privilege. But the news got, baby murder just all over me on my way here, and I had nothing else to wear. So deal with it. Let us all be engrossed in the aroma of apathy and complicit silence concerning everyday atrocities. Or can we go back to talking about what we had for dinner? I'll ask again. Was it kosher? No? Fucking heathens. With all the monsters in the world, I don't know which is worse. What do you think, Daisy? Seriously. Apologists? Baby killers? And no, I don't mean abortions. I'm all for killing babies. If it means not making them suffer. In this case, the murder outweighs the suffering. But if women get the right to kill, men should have the right to bail. That's fair. said Dave Chappelle. But taking into account the likes of others, misogynists, racists, killers and rapists like Bill Cosby, Bill O'Reilly, R. Kelly, Harry Truman, Tipper Gore, Kanye West, and Caitlyn Jenner, I am blown away by the notion that somehow I am the one anyone should have a problem with. What have I ever done but stand here and hold up a mirror to the world in order to accurately show both its beauty and its ugliness? So what if I sometimes draw whiskers on the pane? Makes the image easier to look at, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Alright. Till next time. This is your fearless, crazy madman pirate saying good night. And take care of yourself, because in all honesty, who else is gonna? Besides, remember, who's in charge here?
Yo, where the life at? Yeah, I'm needing more, cause I've never been in a town like this in such a bore. Yo, we need a moment, but not of silence. Something needs to happen round here, cause we're losing vitals. Let's cause a riot out here, cause we need to turn it